the neighborhood. Would you be my? Could you be my? Won't you be my neighbor? Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. Good morning to you. It's been a busy day for me already, tea timers. It has been a busy, busy day. And it's so funny how, to think about the fact that I'm sitting here and half of my day is almost over, and some of you are just starting your day, and then others of you are ending your day. Isn't that interesting? We should all just be on the same time zone, period. Everybody in the same time zone. Good day, good day, good day. So, look. Yeah, I'm losing it. Good morning, Rose. I saw what you sent me, and as a matter of fact, as my head was tilted to the side, I was trying to read what you sent me. Thank you very much, because I was good day, father-in-law, because I was just looking up the site that I wanted to be able to. Okay, well, good day anyway. The site that I wanted to be able to tell everyone about. I'm going to hang out here for a second and let you guys come on in. Everybody come on in. Rose, don't try to come in. You're on the end. You're turning. We know you can't jump double dutch. But you can do the everybody come on in when it's just single, single rope turning, right? You're supposed to jump in on your birthday, right? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. All in together, sunshiny weather. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Tobiah. Good morning, Chelsea Macadocious. Good. Not my father-in-law, Elaine. Rose's father-in-law, but she can't hear anyway. Census and Stuff. That's what we're going to talk about today. Have you guys all filled out your census? Have you guys all completed the census? Please tell me yes. Please say yes, I have. I know some folks on here haven't. I'm not going to call you out by name, but I know some of us have not. So this is what's going on, guys. So because of coronavirus, and you may already know this, ain't your birthday around the same time as mine? Is your birthday in June? Eric, my cousin Eric is back, y'all. Everybody throw Eric some love. Eric been missing from the table for a minute. Eric, my birthday is June 10th. Is yours? When is your birthday? Because of coronavirus, a lot of things. Yeah, so right around the same time. You're a Gemini just like me, but I'm the better Gemini. I'm the June Gemini. We the better ones. We the better Geminis. You're 3 days before my son's birthday. Y'all the crazy Geminis. The May ones, but the June Geminis, we the bomb. We the business. So with the coronavirus, everything that's going on with this pandemic, lots of things have been delayed, canceled, closed, whatever, right? And so one of the things that's really problematic is that this is the year of the census. And because of delays due to the coronavirus, there have been pushes to extend the time of collecting the census data. And all the way up until July, that man, Frank is June 11th. I knew we were all in there together. All in together, sunshiny weather. That man, the orange mess, was pushing to have the census data collection time extended because the census report is due December 31st. But there's been a concern that because of delays due to coronavirus, that all of the data will not be able to be collected in time. The efforts to get out there and count people had to be delayed. People have to be kept safe. There's census takers that go around and knock on people's doors to collect information. And all of that had to either halt completely or slow tremendously, right? And so good morning, Angela, because of all of that, there's been a push to extend the due date of the report. Well, now all of a sudden, we, not we meaning any of us, they actually don't want to extend the due date of the report. And they want to cut, idiot man wants to cut the census count short, cut the time for collecting the census short. Well, there are serious implications for that. The number of people counted dictates how many representatives each state has in the House of Representatives. And so therefore it's really important for the states to have a proper count. The other thing that Trump is trying to do and his administration is trying to do is to change the rules of who is counted with the census data. So generally for decades, it's been that every whole body, people could say somebody who is paraplegic, someone who is missing limbs is not a whole body, but we're not going to go there, okay? Every whole person in the state is counted, whether legal or not, whether disregarding their immigration status. Let me say it that way. Trump wants to eliminate that. Trump only wants to count U.S. citizens in the census. And the only reason for that, the main reason for that is to control the number of representatives that each state is assigned in the House. And there's probably lots of other political reasons, of which I don't know all the details, and so you can look it up yourself. The point is, it's really important for you to be counted and for you to make sure that you spread the word that everybody should be counted. You can go to my2020census.gov, my 2020 census, census.gov, and fill out your census if you have not already done so. If you have the paper census there, because everyone should have been mailed the census forms to fill out, right? If you have those census forms there, don't fill them out. Don't fill the papers out. Go to my2020census.gov and fill out your census documents, okay? Because the thing is, what the concern is that even if you fill out the paper document and you send the paper document in, if the time is cut, then there's no guarantee that your paper will be counted. There's all kinds of crap going on around that. So please, people, if you have not filled out your census, please go fill out your census. Y'all, I am tired. We are tired. We are really pushing up on some tyranny. We are knocking on the door of the dictatorship. We are looking at a situation here that has not been looked at in the States for a very long time, if ever.
Good morning, tea timers.
Good morning, son. We're talking about doing our civic responsibility, taking care of our civic duties, voting, filling out your census documentation. But ATM wants to introduce you to the new member of the family. Don't put it in my face. So this is Sir. We just acquired Sir today. And I tried to videotape. Hold on. I'm trying to open it. I tried to videotape the surprise, but of course I didn't press play or record. Yes. So this is the new addition to the family. So you guys know. Good morning, Tony Perry. Come on. Be quick because I want you to get your lunch. So back it up some. So this is Sir. Look at how cute he is. Sir is a long-haired Syrian hamster. Sir is a new addition to the family. Okay, put the top back on.
See you later, Sir.
So this is what coronavirus does. This is what chaos and crazy in the world does. It has me in the pet store buying up hamsters.
3 months, and we've already gotten 2 pets.
Right. This is what you guys. Good morning, Kathy. Listen, if we have too much more of this crazy going on, it's going to be a whole slew of zoo animals in this house. So you guys, we need to fix this system.
Nugget's not even 28 weeks.
Look, we got Nugget. We got Sir. What else we going to have?
A snake.
He wants a snake, but I told him if we get a snake, the snake would eat Sir.
Well, so we have to be careful to keep them separated.
Anyway, guys. So this is, I was driving in the car today and I was thinking about all of the stuff that is going on and how our Supreme Court justice is being interviewed whatever the hearings for Barrett, whatever her name is. Look, I'm trying not to pay attention. So I know I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do. I'm just trying very much to stay as disconnected, but yet connected as possible, because otherwise I'm going to be in a zoo in my house because I'm going to buy up some more animals.
No, Mom, we're maxing
What's he
it at
talking about?
3.
3
There's
months.
no
We've been
more
dealing with
animals.
COVID
Max
for at least
3.
7 months. No, he's saying that in the past 3 months, we've gotten 2 animals. Not that COVID has been 3 months. Hamsters are house rats. Been there, done that. Those mofos stink. Steve, you always so negative. You always so negative. So I must have missed how much more do you have must have missed how much more do you have a pet? Please. That sentence doesn't make any sense to me.
Mom?
Did you see the pet?
Don't hamsters stink?
Did you see the pet? Hamsters stink if you don't clean their cage. But guess what? Everything stink if you don't clean up. Everything stinks if you don't clean up behind it.
Before? I told you I wanted a hamster, and you said
because hamsters bite. So I didn't want a hamster.
This one doesn't.
Correct. I got sold on this one.
You could find another.
I went to get a gerbil. And do you know, when I was in California, gerbils were not legal. Pet stores couldn't sell gerbils. So people thought I was crazy when I was saying that I wanted a gerbil. Well, I didn't want hamsters because in my experience, hamsters always bite. They're these little nipper things. I know, Chelsea, I didn't like hamsters. You wanted a hamster. I remember when I wanted a hamster and you got me a guinea pig. I know, because hamsters, from when I had hamsters when I was young, they were biting all the time, right?
Oh, right, it's guinea pigs that get big.
Guinea pigs get big, yeah. But the gerbils didn't bite. The gerbils were friendlier. The gerbils were friendlier, but in California they didn't sell gerbils, so I was like, no, I'm not getting a hamster. Well, at the store today, I saw hamsters and gerbils, and I was like, ooh, I want a gerbil. And then the lady was talking about how I read up on them, and gerbils need to be 2. I didn't want 2. Hamsters could live by themselves. And the lady sold me on this particular hamster because this particular hamster is not the dwarf hamster like what people usually get. And it's very, very, very friendly because it's been handled a lot. So I'm like, all right.
Smaller?
They do come smaller.
Oh.
And normally people get the smaller ones. So this is a bigger hamster. So whatever. Anyway. No, Steve, I know. I grew up with all of these animals. I grew up with hamsters and gerbils and snakes and lizards and dogs and cats and birds and a parrot and a parakeet. I mean, I grew up with all of these things. So Mom, I know.
What about a guinea pig? What's wrong with you?
I grew up with guinea pigs. Now, guinea pigs stink. They stink. Fish, turtles, we've had it all. We've had it all.
Seriously?
They all stink. That's what I'm saying, Steve. They all stink.
Well, except for Nugget. He doesn't stink.
Nugget stinks when he's dirty.
Well, yeah, but we clean him.
Anyway, go get your lunch. Buzzy.
All right. Bye.
This is what is bringing me peace right now. This is what brings me peace. I've got a dog at my feet and a hamster on my desk. So if we don't get this crap together out there in this political world that we're living in, if we don't figure out this pandemic, we've got people out there that are talking about doing trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treating. Trick or treating. Like, we are in the middle of a global pandemic and you're still concerned about walking around and getting some candy from strangers? I don't want to even be standing close to strangers. I don't want to touch anything that a stranger has had in their house. I don't want to do any. Why would it be okay for your kids to receive candy from multiple households? Where's something to hit this boy with?
No, I just wanted to know if I can microwave this.
Read the directions, boy. Okay, whatever it
microwaving.
says on the box is what you can do. If it doesn't say it on the box, then that's not what you can do.
Right.
I'm in the middle of tea time.
Okay, love you.
Love you too. We're not doing trick-or-treating. If you want candy for your kids, go out, buy a bag of candy, let them walk around the house, drop candy in their bucket, voila, trick-or-treat in the dang house.
That's funny, Mom. That's a good idea.
Look, Tobiah, you really can't. And then there are ordinances going around where I live about how to do Halloween. How? Don't have your own little private bubble of a party with you and your kids. You want to do Halloween? Do it with you and your kids. That's it. There's not enough safety in the world of me going and receiving off candy from other people's homes. Oh, I can't touch you. I can't hug you. I can't sit in your presence. But I can take that candy off your hands. Hell no. Oh, your father-in-law said I need a permit to run a zoo, right? No, tell him I'm gonna be like Angela on the Office. I'm just gonna have a house full of animals. Now I might get kicked out, but I'm gonna have a house full of animals. Oh, this wonderful shirt that my Chelsea Welsie bought me. Yes, Chelsea, I wore this to represent you, the love of my daughter. Yes, yeah, everybody see my shirt that Chelsea Welsie bought me. See, I can't push out my chest. I don't have a chest. So you see it's an afro with words of empowerment and a crown. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Chelsea. I'll tell you about these folks that need public thank yous. Girl, you sent me this shirt like 50 weeks ago. I'm good. I'm good. Anyway, we have to come up with alternative ways of celebrating. We have to come up with alternative ways of filling out the census. Don't worry about filling out the paper. Even if you are a renter. So in this situation, in this house that I'm in, so the census is per household, per unit. So I just completed it for myself and my landlord because both of us share the same house. So they only sent one census. So I just filled it out with both of our information. So it's 3 people in this house. I was looking at your t-shirt and wondering what it said. It's just beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Mom. Oh, do you have yours on to do today, Chelsea? Aw. Awesome sauce. Make sure that you have completed your census. Make sure that you encourage those around you to complete your census. Make sure that you are keeping your distance. Who came knocking on your door? Did you answer? Did you answer the door, Eric? Did you answer the door and respond to the census? You know, Trump and his whole administration, I'm trying very hard not to go into it too much because it is so tremendously upsetting. Even today, the newscasters reported on how this was a stark difference between what happened in 2016 when Obama's Supreme Court nominee was held up for 11 months or 10 or 11 months. Yeah. And this nominee is getting pushed through in less than 2 months. So you hold up a nomination for 10 months to wait out for the next president so that you can have it your way because you suspect the next president is going to be somebody who gives you your way. And then this exact same situation 4 years on, and now you're like, oh yeah, we can get this done. Give me 2 weeks, I got you. What the hell? And nobody that counts, nobody is stepping in and stopping it. Because you got all of the people who want it their way making the rules. 3 weeks, right, okay.
Mom?
You know you can fill out online. And you could have separated the family. I didn't know at the time, Chasman. I filled out my census documentation way before, and I didn't know that I didn't realize that it was online at the time as well. So I filled it out and then realized that it was online, but I had already filled it out. So
can I have a
please stop. Please stop. Portion control, healthy eating choices. You don't need salmon cakes and sausage. You don't need to come and ask me.
Or if I don't like them, I'll save them.
Guys, I don't know how we get past this. I voted. I went and voted, turned in my vote yesterday. This is the first time I have ever voted this early. I'm usually at the poll on the night that on November 3rd or whatever actual date it is that year, right? I'm usually there. Polls close at 7 o'clock. I'm usually there at 6:30. Like, I got it. Oh yeah, I got to go vote. Let's go. Running around because the poll polling place was right behind my house. So just running through the park, trying to get there before the doors closed because I forgot, and we got to make sure we get everything lined up. Look at the brainwashing of my dad. It'll give some insight as to how the right attained the power to be so brazen. The brainwashing of my dad. That's a book. I'm going to write that down. I already voted too. Great, Mom. Did you vote by mail? The other thing is don't send your ballots in by mail if you don't have to. The brainwashing of my dad. I'm gonna look that up.
I'm gonna light a candle.
Don't send your ballots in by mail if you don't have to. Drop them off at an official ballot box. Rose pointed out to me yesterday that there was a postal worker who in Pennsylvania had some odd amount of number of pounds or pieces of mail at in the dump by his house at the garbage collection at his house. Now he's been arrested. He's going to be prosecuted, and there's no telling whether there were votes in there or not, whether there were ballots in there or not. But that was quite a bit of mail that was getting trashed by the postal worker. So be careful if you're sending your ballot in. Just, if you can in any way, just go and drop it off at an official ballot box. Please do that. That's safer. We are really at a time of war right now. Internal civil war. And it's so disheartening. It is so sad to me that there is nothing other than voting that we can do about it. And in reality, this election was stolen when Trump got it. That he didn't win the popular vote, and I know that that's how it goes. But when Trump didn't win the popular vote, what did we do about it then? What did we do about it then? Did we lobby? Did we push? Did we rally to change the rules then? Did we fight feverishly to change the rules instead of worrying about going after him and trying to get him out of office? Maybe what we should have been doing is focusing our efforts on making sure that the popular vote is what dictates who wins the presidency. Maybe that's what we should have done. But now we're back in the same situation again, knowing that this election can be stolen from us the same as the last election was stolen. I took my ballot to the mailbox and signed up for ballot tracking via text. I was notified my vote had been received and recorded. That's fantastic. Great. Received ballot by mail, then dropped it off at a drop box. That is fantastic. Oh, you dropped off at the post office. Okay. Chelsea said, be careful, it's not a fake ballot box. Is that happening? It will take a constitutional amendment. Yeah, but why haven't we been fighting for that? Why haven't we been fighting for that constitutional amendment so that the next time this doesn't happen? It's like the look at the work by Greg Palast on voter suppression. He's been investigating this for years. How can we look? I gotta write that name. You need to come on here more often, man. I need some more of this, some more of these names. I gotta look up. How can we, and why haven't we, and when will we join the efforts of everyone else? Greg Palast, if that's what he's doing, join these efforts and push and fight to make sure that change happens. We're so busy saying my vote doesn't count. My vote doesn't count. It counts. It counts. It counts. In Cali, the Republicans are planting false ballot boxes. Wow. How can you know the difference between the false ones and the real ones? How can you know? Well, people push for it, but no interest within the government. Guys, we gotta keep pushing the government. We gotta get the people in government who don't do what we want them to do out of government. All of these changes need to be grassroots changes. We did not have the power then nor now. When the Senate changes, we can push. But how do we push to get the changes? Yes, I heard there were fake ballot boxes out and they apologized, but also refused to take them down. I don't know exactly where that is, but just, wow. I'm sorry, but nope, leaving them. They can stay right there. Somebody needs to walk up on them and write fake ballot box. Fake news, right? We got to do better. We got to do better. We can't keep ending up in these situations. We can't keep ending up in these situations where we are complaining about police brutality. We can't keep ending up in these situations where we are complaining about mistreatment of anyone, mistreatment of African Americans, mistreatment of the immigrants, mistreatment of the kids at the border. We can't keep ending up in this situation. We can't keep ending up at this pet store buying a damn hamster when you don't really need a hamster, but all you can do is think of buying a hamster because you got COVID and you got Trump and you got all this other craziness. We can't keep ending up here. We can't keep doing the same things over and over and over again and waiting for others to step in and waiting for others to lead the charge. And then we can't keep switching focus as soon as some new media bite comes out. So here you had this whole media bite over Melania, who hates Christmas, doesn't want to do Christmas, and bam, they have coronavirus. Nobody's talking about Melania anymore. Nobody's talking about her hating Christmas anymore. Now it's on to the coronavirus. And then what the hell? How is it allowed how is it that Trump can't do a virtual debate, but he could hold a rally? He can do a virtual town hall or a town hall, but he can't do a virtual debate. And how is it that the moment Biden says, fine, if Trump doesn't want to have a virtual debate, I will hold a town hall. And Trump says, wait, no. Oh, wait, well, if he's going to have a town hall, I'm having a town hall too. And I'm having a town hall at the same time on the same day as he is. Why are we letting these two kids play on the effing playground, go back and forth at each other, and we the parents just sitting back to well, let them fight it out? Nobody is stepping in. Nobody is stepping in saying, no, I am not broadcasting yours on the same day and time that his is. So if you want to have yours, that's fine, but we're going to do yours 2 hours different, 2 hours earlier, 2 hours later, a different day. Why do we keep supporting these networks that support this foolishness? So that's fine. So ABC announced that I think it's ABC announced that they're going to have the Biden town hall. Then NBC is going to have the Trump town hall. They're going to both be at the same time. I tell you what, how about we just don't tune into NBC? Not just for the town hall, but period. How about we just stop watching NBC programming? How about we just don't turn on our TVs to NBC at all? How about we start to use our power, which may mean that we have to make a sacrifice? And maybe I'm talking crazy, but so what? This is a crazy fucking situation that we're in. And we cannot keep dealing with this craziness talking about, well, we're just going to take the upper road, take the high road. Yeah, we're going to take the high road, but that high road has sacrifices. And if you're not willing to sacrifice, if you're not willing to not watch Brokeback Mountain, I don't know the name of it. Look, I'm just picking names. I don't know what program it is on NBC. But if you're not willing to not watch the next episode of your favorite series, don't come on here talking about, okay, but we need to do something. No, because you're not willing to do the something that is necessary for change. Boycott NBC for agreeing to broadcast. Exactly again. Right. Disengage from corporate media. Right. Yes. The high road is boycotting NBC. Absolutely. That's the high road we need to take. But who is going to meet me on that road? Who? What are the NBC programs? Who is going to not watch their next favorite episode of Crime TV or Kardashian crap or whatever it is? Who is not going to watch their next favorite episode? I'm done. Right. Thank you, Tobiah. It's no more cheeks. No more cheeks to turn. The only cheeks I got to turn are the cheeks that I'm going to be putting in your face talking about kiss this. Those are the only cheeks I'm turning. Y'all, I can't afford to have any more animals in this house. I can't afford to have any more animals in this house. I cannot afford to sit and knit all day to keep my anxiety down, because then I'm going to have arthritis. My hands are going to be like that. I can't bake all day to deal with, I cannot do baking therapy all day, because then I'm going to be big as a house and everybody around me is going to be big as a house. Y'all, I cannot release stress, my normal way of releasing stress, because it's too much. It's too. So if NBC is owned by Comcast, who is canceling Comcast? Do I have Comcast? No, I have Xfinity. Well, we would also have to boycott ABC. Why would we have to boycott ABC? ABC posted. ABC agreed to do Biden's because Trump refused to do the virtual debate. So why do we have a problem with ABC right now? I mean, in this particular issue, do we have a problem with ABC, or you're saying in general there are other issues? Yes, cousin. Look, man, do I knit? I'm a knitting fool at this point. You see the scarf that I knitted? This is my warm scarf. I'm gonna put a big button there so that it can be button closed. This is the other scarf that I knitted. So right now, I've been knitting scarves and some blankets and some hats. Look, it's all within hand's reach. I'm about to be hot sitting here in this stuff. Yeah, but just so you know, cousin, I wasn't knitting until coronavirus, and now I'm a knitting fool. ABC was where the original town hall meeting was to be held, so that stayed in place. Therefore, we should not boycott it. That's what I agree to. That this issue legally, the candidates have to have equal time. They may no. I'm sorry, but if we go to the basketball court to play a game of basketball, and you choose to not stay and play, we're not going to move the game someplace else because that's where you want to go. Or we're not going to tell the crowd, half of you stay here and half of you go someplace else. No, Biden was sticking to the original time obligation. Biden was sticking to the original plan of meeting the people, right? Of discussing issues with the people or in front of the people, debating it with the president, right? So Biden was agreeing to that. So ABC, I think, was in there right. They're holding it as it was originally supposed to be held. It's NBC that's mucking stuff up. It's NBC that should be saying, no, Trump, no, I'm not participating in this tomfoolery. Comcast is in control of NBC, Universal Studios, and others. So it seems to me like we need to be dealing with Comcast. So who's not going to Universal Studios? Who's not getting ready to watch the NBC programming? Who's getting ready to get rid of their Comcast cable? There's other forms of cable out there. Get rid of Comcast. It's so many people who don't want to make the sacrifice. It's like when we say, it looks like bubblegum. It really doesn't. You know what? Eric, I was never into pink growing up. Never. But for some reason right now I feel girly. So I'm into this whole pink and girly thing, right? It's crazy. I was never into that growing up. I wasn't girly. Ugh. And it's so funny because my daughter, Chelsea, was girly and hated pink. We have so much work to do, and this is the key. We need to be willing to do the work, not just today, not just in this moment. It's like this whole buy black thing. How many of you are still buying black? And when I say how many of you, I don't necessarily mean just you at the table right now. I mean you, the collective you, everybody out there. Because a lot of us at the table make a commitment, have kept our commitment, and are living our commitment. A lot of us have done that. And a lot of us, we are still holding to these commitments, and we're holding each other accountable. We're holding each other accountable on regular here. We are supporting each other. All of the small businesses at this table have gotten support from others at this table. It is almost a prerequisite to be willing to support a small business. You can, if you're willing to support a small business at the table, you can come to the table. If you're not willing to support a small business at the table, you cannot come to this table. And with that in mind, I hope you don't mind, Steve, but I'm going to put it out there. I need to get Steve's link because Steve's business could stand some support right now. So, Steve, I need you to, you sent me something. I need you to put a link on the page so that we can all support you on the Tea Time page. So please put that link there. I didn't get to read the email, open it up and read the email, but I did see that you sent something and I saw the first little snippet. And what I want to say is, Steve has a small business that he is growing and he needs our support. Any little bit that you can give, 5, 10, 20, 100, whatever you can give, please support Steve's education entertainment platform. That's what I'm gonna call it because I know I always mess it up. The problem with it being separate, most likely Trump will get his audience and Biden will get a mix. They handle Trump with kid gloves when they look crazy, and then look crazy when he acts like a child. Right. The fairness doctrine ended and the right took over mass media. Would that sacrifice include withholding? No, come on, Tony. Withholding your vote is not a sacrifice. That's okay. That's stupid. That's tomfoolery. That's bullshit. That's feeding into the problem. That does more to contribute to the problem than it does to solve the problem. Man, don't get me started. Let me have to call you after the fact. You about to, this whole, I'm not voting because my vote doesn't matter. Your vote doesn't matter because you haven't cast it. The one you cast actually does matter. You can't push people to make a change when they don't feel you pushing. If I know that half of the people aren't going to show up at this tea time, then I don't need to talk to those half. But if I know that there's going to be 20 people at this tea time table, or 30 or 40 or 50 or whatever, it hasn't reached 50 yet, but you know how many ever, I need to speak to everybody that's showing up. I'm not speaking to people who don't show up. And maybe when you show up on Monday, I haven't spoken to you. And when you show up on Tuesday, I haven't spoken to you, but I've paid attention to the fact that you've shown up and I will speak to you. Maybe not Monday or Tuesday, but you can guarantee that by Wednesday, I still remember that you were there Monday and Tuesday, and I'm speaking to you. We cannot insist that people enact laws, change laws according to our preferences when we don't ever come to the table to have this conversation about our preferences. Withholding your vote is not a sacrifice. Withholding is blasphemous. Withholding your vote is self-harming, self-inflicting harm on yourself and others around you that you care about. That's what you are doing by withholding your vote, talking about I'm standing up for something. No, you're not standing up for something. If you're standing up for something, you vote. If you don't stand up for something, don't vote. Sit your ass down. But then don't say you're standing up for something by not voting. Man, Tony, I hope you ain't being serious. I hope you were just throwing that out there as some sort of devil's advocate bullshit. Because you know I'm trying not to curse, but you're going to get me there. Guys, we have so much work to do. And I don't even know if there's enough time to do it. I don't even know if the work that we do, if the little bit that I do, if the little bit of you do, if the little bit that the next person does, I don't even know if that little and little and little is ever going to amount to anything. But I do know that doing nothing amounts to nothing. That's what I do know, 100% positive, that if I sit back and do nothing, nothing comes from that. Well, you know what comes from it? A house full of animals. That's what comes from it. Because, you know, on the way back, I was like, let's see what kind of cat I can get. And Chelsea, you grew up in a house with me. Do I really care about all these dang animals? I love animals, but look, as soon as y'all piss me off, you got to get out my house. That bird pooping on stuff, got to go. Turtle stinging, got to go. What else was it? Dog crapping everywhere, gotta go. You know. But I'm in a different space. I'm in a different place. I'm in my I love animals phase. It's not a phase. I love animals, but when I was in California, I was stressed a lot. I didn't have the time or energy to deal with the requirements of being a pet owner. And I do now. I feel good now. I'm in a happy place with self. So, okay, so if you vote for a party and the party doesn't support or work for you, shouldn't we say, hey, if you want to keep the power you need my vote. If you want to continue to have said power, you must do some work for my vote. Correct, but you don't withhold your vote at a time like this for sure. But yes, you have to. But see, the thing about it is, Tony, is that a lot of times, Anthony, is that a lot of times people cast a vote and then that's it. They don't get involved after the vote. You know, you have your sometime participants. And I'm not saying that I have not been one of them and that I'm still somewhat one of them. I don't get involved. I'm working now to try to get involved. My mother's supposed to be reaching out and helping me figure out how I can get more involved because I really need to push this student loan forgiveness. I really need to push that. I really need to push another way to handle student loans. There are too many of us out there struggling under a student loan burden that was put on us by unscrupulous financial aid counselors at the schools. The bulk of my student loan is student loans are interest. No, I didn't borrow $300,000, but by the time you add interest, and by the time I'm convinced I'm told that it would be better for me to consolidate. Okay, I consolidate all this interest. Yeah, $300,000 later, I have friends and family sitting on student loans for $200,000. We're not talking about surgeons. We're talking about people who got a bachelor's degree in math. You know, you shouldn't be paying $200,000 for having gotten your bachelor's degree in social science, in business, in math, whatever the case, right? Now, maybe if you're a world-class surgeon, somebody might look at your student loans and say, $300,000, that makes sense. But me, a procurement specialist, what the hell? No, that must be Eric. Look, Eric, I got a whole list of names I'm checking into. See, you need to come to my talks more often, man. Noam Chomsky outlined this very well recently. I'm going to look him or her up to vote and hold their feet to the fire when needed. Exactly. Thank you, cousin. Exactly. You vote and then you stay involved. It's kind of like, you know, Tony, you don't have any kids, but you've been around kids. You got godchildren and you got little brothers and sisters and you probably uncle to a whole bunch of everybody else's kids, right? So, you pay for your kid to take a music lesson. You don't just pay for them to take the music lesson. I've done my part. Now there you go. No, you pay for them to take the lesson. You pay for the instrument. You push them to practice. You take them to practice. You push and push and push and push so that you know that the lesson you're paying for and the instrument that you bought are being used. You push and push and push. And when they don't want to do it, you push and push. Unless you're like me and you're pregnant and you're like, whatever, fine. Don't play the piano then, Chelsea Mack. Don't play. After you done bought a damn piano for the child. A damn piano. Fine. Don't just cast your vote and expected whatever they said on the campaign trail is getting ready to happen, and that's why you voted for them, so therefore I'm good. No, cast your vote and check in. Push and push and push and push until what you want, the reason you voted for them, is realized. And maybe it's not going to be realized in year 1, year 2, and maybe it can't be fully realized, but push to make sure that your vote went to the person who continues to provide or support or do whatever it is that caused you to vote for them. If you're voting for a candidate that supports women, then you make sure that once you vote for them, that every one of their legislation, rules, whatever, decrees, whatever it is, you make sure that all along the way, that candidate continues to support women. And the moment you see them falling backwards on that, say, oh, I only voted for you because you support women. So are you changing your stance? Because if you're changing your stance, I need to change mine too. I did that for my child and he gave me his word. He wouldn't stop playing. Now it's sitting there collecting dust. It's a beautiful Williams. Right. You wasted your money on the piano after I told you I didn't want to do it. Not on me. No, I've wasted my money on the piano before you told me you didn't want to do it. That was when I was still pushing, but then I decided to stop pushing. The point is, you can't just cast your vote and think you're done. You're not done. You're not done. You're not done. In your lifetime, you will not be done. As a Black person in America, in your lifetime, you will not be done. In your children's lifetime, they will not be done. You will not be done. You'll be dead, but your work still needs to go on. Okay, so even as far as local government, you vote, you push, and you get back lip service. By that time, it's the next voting cycle. You get more lip service and give me your vote, and we'll get you next time. Then still nothing. No, Tony, I guarantee you that if more people got involved and stayed involved, that wouldn't happen. What happens is you have people who get involved, push, and then you have lots and lots and lots of other people who don't get involved. They just vote according to the party. They never get involved. And so these politicians are not held accountable. I guarantee you, if we all actively started holding them accountable, things would change. It's not going to be an overnight change, Anthony, not an overnight change, but it definitely will be a change. I mean, if they're not used to being held accountable, one effort of accountability isn't going to make them change. It's going to be consistent pushes towards accountability that's going to make it change over time. And yes, if that person doesn't do what they're supposed to do, get them out and get somebody else in. Start raising our children to be involved in political science, political service, civil service. Teach that involvement early so that we have somebody to put against them. Get involved that way. Be the person to stand against that person. You run for office. You go in and say, you know what, I'm getting ready to clean out the swamp. Hell, if swamp cleaning is what got Trump elected, then hell, I could clean a swamp. I got a whole cleaning service. We'll come in and take care of that damn swamp. I don't like mosquitoes anyway. That swamp will be cleared out completely. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get on to work. Get back to work. Thank you so much. This is a really exciting conversation, but it really is exciting in a not positive way. We get excited over these things. I get excited over it's just so frustrating. And I know you feel my frustration. I know you are living my same frustration, but I need you to do your part. And I need you to recognize that your part is 1, to fill out your census. 2, make sure you vote. And let me be clear. At one point at the beginning of this, I said, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but I am. Vote for Biden and Kamala. Biden and Kamala. If you vote for anybody else, you just don't even need to come back to my feed. Go someplace else. Go hang out with the people who like you. Don't hang out with us. I can't stress that enough. I'm sorry. I had another point, but I just can't stress enough. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to even know people like you exist if what you're supporting is this mess that we have right now. I just, no. I'm taking the high road by saying you get off of the road with me. I'm going to be up here by myself and you go off on your own. And I'm going to leave this on something kind of lighthearted. So Kamala said that her stepchildren call her Mamala. And ever since Kamala said that, there's all these people that's been saying, I'm calling my Mamala. I'm calling my Mamala. Oh, my Mamala did this. Oh, this is mom. Okay. So I just need you guys to understand that sometimes stepchildren come up with creative ways of referring to their stepmother. So if you take mom and Kamala and you put it together, that's Mamala, which makes absolute sense. But if your mother's name is Elaine and you call her Mamala, how the hell does that make sense? There's no sense in that. Please stop running around calling everybody Mamala because Kamala is called Mamala by her stepchildren. Please stop that mess. I don't need that foolishness in my life either, okay? I don't need you voting the wrong way. I don't need you calling everybody stepmama mamala or your real mama mamala. What the hell? That's not a real thing. Except for that family where it's applicable. It's the little things, people. It's the little things. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful, glorious day. Do your part. Do your part. Anthony Perry, get out and vote. If you're not doing it for yourself, please do it for everybody, all of the rest of us. Get out and vote Biden and Harris and whatever other ways you feel is necessary for California. We are having a conversation on Sunday, the 20-something. I'm going to post it. I'm going to send an invite. But we're having a conversation. Thank you, Rose. I'm getting off right now. We're having a conversation on the California ballot, propositions that are on the California ballot. So please join in on that conversation if you are in California. And if you're not, you can still join in on the conversation or watch the conversation, engage in the conversation if you like. But it's really specifically for our California voters, because we have a lot of California voters who join us on the feed. And we don't have a concentrated number of other states' voters. And so we're not going to hold that conversation for other states. As we grow, maybe the next election cycle will hold it for other states when we have more individuals from those states. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for coming out on the ledge with me and sitting there and bitching about the same thing I'm bitching about, because that's what brings me off the ledge sometimes. And hopefully that's what brings you off the ledge. It's not this, everything is going to be better. No, shit is shit. Now we're going to stay out on this ledge or we're going to go inside. What we going to do? But you're right. This is a shitty situation. Sometimes that's what we need. Have a wonderful, glorious day. Wash your hands. Keep your distance. Wear your mask. Don't go to the pet store. If you got impulse control issues caused by coronavirus, don't go to the pet store. Anyway, I'm about to tend to Sir and tend to Nugget and get some work done. You guys have a good day. I'll see you here tomorrow.